First go, baby!
Fuck yeah!
Let's go! Fuck yes, dude. Oh my god, that felt so fucking easy. Yes!
Called that shit.
You said I'd do it first go?
Yeah, to Michelle.
Fucking sick. First go. Easy peasy. I have to warm up on the hold still. So. Step one, do the top from the end of the crux. And then step two, do the last move of the crux. Let's go, baby!
Fuck yeah!
Let's go! Fuck yes. All right, we'll run through the hold. So very rubbery start hold, which I kind of take as a drag because it's like pretty good for 11 points. It's like a 20 mil with a sloping facade. Left-hand start is like this little kind of pocket ripple grains. Start foot, people do a lot of different start feet. I just used this pad and did like a right back flag. First move, very arm intensive, right arm lock off to this like in cut. Pretty decent hold, but this is what you make the crux move off of. And then a key for me was, so I spring my left foot over to that, back flag the other leg. And then I come in right hand to like this kind of little, I don't know, it's also kind of like a crimp. Couple set of grains here, but I leave some space so that I can immediately adjust my left hand to bring my thumb up to this shelf. So it's not like a full crimp, but I'm getting my thumb on, which really helps me engage my chest and like get close to the wall in the next couple moves. So yeah, then I do two swings. One swing where I'm pretty sure I get the distance on the first swing, but I don't pause. And then the second swing, I catch this hold, which is admittedly like really fucking bad hold. But you're just pausing on it. You don't hold it really, but it's very skin intensive. I found that I only had like maybe 5 or so tries before I couldn't hold on to this hold anymore because I'm really hanging my skin on the edge. And then I bump, and this is kind of the trickiest part because this hold is really complex. You can see it has like a kind of a crescent here. Some people grab up here. Some people even grab over here. And it's all kind of uniformly not great. But I took the semicircular one in my right hand. And it's like decent, you know, like 15, 18 mil, but very rounded. You're just on grains here. And I would try to get the most aggressive grip I could, but if it didn't feel good, I wouldn't reef on it because I don't want to dry fire. So if the best I could do was like kind of a half crimp, and I think that's what I sent it with. You know, if that was all I could do, then I would stick with that. But there's a few tries where I full crimped it. Just as aggressive as I can so I could kind of lean out on the next move. And then you come in. A lot of people come in here. I think I was trying to come in here, but I didn't tick it. I wasn't too stressed about it. I knew that if my heel was in, that I'd be okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to say that part. So you get that bump. Left heel, which I had ticked. The left heel is like pretty decent. It's got a little like nipple. This kind of nipple-y thing that you heel hook. I had one try where I didn't put my heel deep enough. I put it like down here, not on the thing, and I blew it. And then yeah, come in left hand, right hand up, and these holds are jugs. Your right hand goes to this jug, left hand here, and you're just smooth sailing. It's like V0 from there, but you really don't want to fall because you just have this kind of like spike of rock underneath you. Not ideal. So in terms of pad setup, since I've fallen straight on my ass. Oh, no! Even though it's not very high off the ground, I want a softer pad rather than having like my big organic pads. So I have a small organic on the bottom. There's kind of like a V. And that small organic is filling the V, and then I have a mad pad, which is really soft. And then I'll put my blubber over both of those, and I'm not going to fall anywhere except for the end, so I feel pretty confident with that setup. And that way, if I fall not on my feet, it's not going to hurt like hell. Super minor thing, but this is an example of stuff you learn when you're working projects in the long term. But this is like the sit start area, and that's your landing, and I was filming from up there. And I learned it's very annoying to squeeze through this little hole right here to get into the cave. And I would always have my stuff out here because there's not much space in there, and it's not very fun to hang out in this pit. So I had a little staging area here. This is like my skin kit, which also has gummy bears and stuff in it so I could sand my skin. And then I also had my liquid chalk here. I would always have my shoes here. And then I would usually keep my street shoes down here. And that way I could like get ready for my tries without having to do this annoying commute back and forth over and over. You can see a little tie down there. Good boy. And my wife. So I always, when I send something, I'm always curious what the takeaways are. And I sort of feel like I learned the lesson on this one. I talked about it in the last video log that I did, but I already learned the lesson like a month ago. And the lesson was to show up with a good fucking attitude. And today I knew to do that, and I showed up with a really good attitude. And it paid off. I was able to do it first go, which is like just such a relief because we're going home in a couple days, and I didn't want to epic on it, and I didn't want to have to come back, and I didn't want to like have bad feelings about my performance. So I was just like, no matter what happens, I'm gonna go in knowing I can do it, but that doesn't mean that I will do it or that I deserve to do it. And yeah, a little bit of luck, a little bit of good conditions timing. Forgot to mention that it's like 2 p.m. so it's the hottest part of the day, but this thing has like a hole underneath it that just goes way back in there. And so it just is a humidity like nest down in here. And I kind of learned that instead of coming in the evening when it's cooler, it's actually best to come in the middle of the day. It's probably like 80 degrees right now, but the humidity is like as low as it'll get for the whole day. So that actually produces better conditions for these holds. So that was pretty key actually. But yeah, other than some condition stuff and some skin stuff, like the biggest lesson was just PMA, don't get tilted.